Hello and welcome to the Violet Sanctuary Spa, your online holistic spa YouTube channel. Now, today I'm going to talk about part 2 of the Soul Searching series that I recently started. And the topic for today will be what may work for one spiritual guru may not work for you. And that's okay. And I break down the word okay. It's really cool. So, what do I mean by what may work for one spiritual guru may not work for me? Well, I'm pretty sure from time to time you have heard spiritual gurus say, I'm either a vegan or vegetarian and I no longer drink. Well, for all those beginners on their spiritual journey, I want you to understand that while you're choosing your soul's purpose, to know that a lot of people who are very spiritual now were once addicts to something. Now, through the cleansing process, they got rid of drinking, and they decided to cleanse their body, and the way that they decided to cleanse their body was through being a vegan or a vegetarian, and that's fine. And keep in mind that all spiritual people were once addicts, and I'm not trying to say that it's a bad thing. No, not at all. What I'm saying is I just want you to keep in mind that there are reasons why they chose to be vegan, vegetarian, and no longer drink. But that doesn't mean because you want to have a glass of wine with your dinner that it's necessarily a bad thing, that you're not being as spiritual as you can be. That's not the case at all. I want you to keep in mind that while you're on the spiritual journey, to take note of how the spiritual person came to be. For example, if one spiritual person said, well, I was once a drug addict and now I cleansed my body, I decided to live my lifestyle like this. That's good. Take note of that, because they realized what path was good for them and they went with it. And that's what I want you to do. And I had 3 pointers. One is to recognize that what may work for one person may not work for you. So when you are on the spiritual journey, go with the mindset that some things may work for me and some things won't. Don't set a super high goal to be bam, vegan overnight and bam, no longer drink. It doesn't work like that. It's a gradual process, and if you choose to do so, take it in steps. Because if you're a person who, matter of fact, if it's in your culture to drink like that, say a glass of wine with your dinner, you don't want to change that abruptly because you think you have to do it. That's not the case. So for one, just take the time to make sure that you acknowledge that what may work for one person may not work for you. Secondly, make sure you go through the trial and error, meaning that, for example, I was a vegetarian for a week. I tried it out. Did not work for me at all. I literally took a 30-day pledge, which I broke because it only lasted a week, and it didn't work for me. I took a numerology course. It did not work for me. Or excuse me, not a numerology course. I bought a numerology book, a book about numerology, and I got some of the basic concepts of it, but I just didn't feel like that was for me. I took a course for astrology. Again, I understood a lot of it, but not enough to want to pursue it. I'd rather go for someone as a consultant, because I feel like I wasn't meant to be a teacher of astrology, and I'm okay with that. That's through the trial and error process, and that's okay. So make sure that when you go through your trial and error, that you keep in mind what may work for someone else may not work for someone you. Who is a vegan astrologer could be right on the money, all the time, do really well. Then it could be an astrologer who isn't a vegan and does have that glass of wine with their dinner, and they're just as good, but they're on different spiritual paths, and that's totally fine. So go with the notion that what may work for one spiritual person may not work for you. 2, go through the trial and error. It's okay. Try being a vegan. Try being a vegetarian. Try not drinking and see how it works for you. And I am all about journals. For those who listen to my radio show, I'm always saying journal this, journal that, journal. Well, here's another journal for you. Keep a journal, try and error. Hey, I was a vegetarian for a week. This is what I like about it. This is what I don't like about it. I may incorporate this into my diet and not that. That's perfectly fine. And 3, follow it. Go forth, run, fly, fly with it. Now that you get a concept of what works for you on your spiritual path, you can tweak your spiritual path so that way it really benefits you, and you're not this unhappy vegan that no longer drinks. You know, again, just make sure that it works for you. I don't want you to be someone who's unhappy and, you know, meditating for X amount of hours a day and doing all these things, and you can't really live the way that you want to live. That's not what it's about. I want you to be able to still enjoy yourself and still be spiritual. There's nothing wrong with that. The okay part, I recently came up with this in the beginning of the show where I said it's okay. Okay meaning only known accordingly, and a little to you. Okay. Only known accordingly to you. Which means that your spiritual path is only known accordingly to you. We have witnesses along the spiritual path. For example, I am a witness on your spiritual path. I help you along the way, but the path is only known to you and you alone. So remember that while you're on the spiritual path, while you do have help, know that in the end of the day, it's all up to you. Okay, with that being said, let's do a meditation that help you along your spiritual path. Now, I have 2 crystals I like to focus on today. Now, one is my absolute favorite, and the other one is my second favorite. My absolute favorite crystal is the amethyst, followed by the clear quartz, and I have both of them here today. So this is my clear quartz here, which we're going to be using in the meditation. It's a pretty bright, big crystal. Okay. Followed by my amethyst. It's a cluster as well. So we have my clear quartz and my amethyst. Oh, also we have my rose quartz here. So we have 3 really cool crystals. We have the all-encompassing clear quartz. If you hold, say, a crystal up to the sun, you will receive a prism, and which encompasses all the colors, and that's what this beautiful crystal does right here. The clear white light encompasses all colors, and this one, which means that this is one of the strongest crystals. And this amethyst crystal right here is super good for anything regards to intuition. It's good for your third eye chakra. It's just really good overall, especially for spiritual work. And we always want to involve love and light, in the role, of course, deals with love. So love and light always when we work. So let's go ahead and involve these 2 crystals. Okay. So you can close your eyes if you want, or you can just focus on these 2 crystals. I am going to close my eyes. So let's take a few deep breaths. And then let's just encase a circle around us. We're going to use the axiom as above, so below. So as above, so below. This circle is sealed, so mote it be. And we're just evolving the spirit, which is above, and then us below, and good old love and light energy. Take more deep breaths. So then what we're going to do, we want to envision several paths, because most cases there are always more than one path for us to take. There's no need to get overwhelmed, because there's more than enough time to go through all the paths we have to go through in order to reach our great purpose for our highest good. So let's walk down this path now to meet these forks in the road. Let's feel that cool wind go through your hair and gently caress your face. And you're walking down a path. Take note of every everything you see. Make it as vivid as possible. Your imagination is the key here. Use it to describe this landscape as you're walking down this road. As you walk down this road, you meet a friend, and the friend wants to direct you to one of the best possible routes for you to take. So let's take a moment to think about what this buddy has in store for you. Remember, we all have witnesses on our spiritual journey. This is just one of many witnesses here to help us. Okay, now walk to the forks in the road. Choose a path. But take note of all the paths that lay before you. What do each path look like from where you stand? Now choose a path and go down there. And here is where I want to stop the meditation, because from right here is where you continue on. You don't need me at this part. So what you choose to do from here on out will be your spiritual choice. Okay? So thank you and have a wonderful holistic day.